बोलिए Satguru Maharaj Ji ki Jai, Sache Darbar ki Jai. Today we present weekly Satsang from Akhand Gyan, from the monthly magazine of Divyajyoti Jagrati Sansthan, which is inspired by His Holiness Sri Ashutosh Maharaj Ji. This article is from the March 2011 edition and is named Magnificence par excellence. In every era, during every period, for every inquisitive individual, the door to divine experiences glowing in the inner world is only one, and that is Gurudev, a perfect spiritual master. Anything new and extraordinary attracts our attention. We human beings have a natural tendency to explore more and deep into the Lord's creation and unfold the plethora of mysteries embedded in it. However, why are we not inquisitive and curious to know and explore the Creator Himself? Why are we not pulled by the thought of experiencing His immense beauty and divinity? When the great ones experienced His supreme magnificence, they sang it aloud to entire mankind, so that our inner dormancy can be shaken and we too step forward to enjoy the most beautiful experience of our lives. Every practice shines brightly with His divinity. Sage Aurobindo, the saint soldier of the freedom struggle. The British rulers had arrested him in some case and put him in Alipur jail, one of the freesome jails. He thus had to spend his days and nights in one dark cell. But the great seeker was not among the ones who cursed their fate and spent time in sorrow. Instead, he took the dark cell to be in the cave in the Himalaya ranges, where he engaged himself in severe penance and meditation. Yoga sadhana became his way of life. Each and every breath remained engaged in Sumiran. During the course of such intense meditation, one day he had an extraordinary experience. After he was released from the prison, in one of his speeches in Uttarpada, he revealed the experience to the people. All of a sudden I clearly saw, the walls of my cell, which were also the home turf for the spiders, they were not there. Yes, totally vanished. Nearby and all around me, I saw the divine magnificence of Lord Krishna. The Lord was smiling divinely. I then peeped through the iron bars of the cell in the direction of the tree outside. Surprisingly, that tree was not there. There also Lord Krishna stood, playing his flute. The branches of the tree had become his arms, and he extended them towards me. I narrowed down my sight and looked towards the iron gate of the cell. Even that had vanished from its place, and my Lord stood there. Within, outside, everything I saw, and every guard who was on duty. In each and everything I saw Narayan, the Lord. I was taken aback. Then I covered myself with a thick, rough blanket and lay down on the floor. Even then, I felt gentle, friendly touch of my Lord. How fortunate I was! What an extraordinary experience it was beyond all human comprehension, where sparkling lights shine eternally. Waves were flowing gently. Their soothing notes were pleasing to the ears. Saint Kabir was seated on the back of a river, engrossed in meditation. After some time, he opened his eyes. He had returned after traveling deep into his inner world. He was eager to record all that he saw there and his wonderful experiences. He at once exclaimed, "I have visited and experienced the glimpses of such a beautiful divine world, where without rain, droplets of water fall gently. These droplets are neither sweet nor salty, but they have the potency to satiate one's thirst with the unique taste. In the majestic mansions there, the musical instruments such as veena, kingari, violin, and the like produce the sweetest of the sweet and the holiest of the holy music, Anhadnad. What to say about the extraordinary divinity of that inner world? Aha! Wonderful. Exceptionally wonderful. Without the friction of the clouds, thunder and lightning take place there. Without the sun, golden rays spread all over. Without the support of the womb of the shell, pearls materialize. Without uttering the sweet notes, the breaths are engaged in the incessant melody of Sumiran, contemplation on the holy name. The vision of the Supreme Being, Parabrahma, is so splendorous there that even the power and existence of a great mass of light appears as frivolous. It is like lighting a lamp in front of the sun. Beyond this also, there exists great sights and divine scenic beauty. How to put all of this in words? In the end, Saint Kabir dismisses all those who attach importance to secular comforts and live their life fully engulfed in the Maya. He says, well, you all remain in this world of duality amidst the tussle of the pair of opposites, like happiness and sorrow. I wish to be in that extraordinary world of bliss, the beauty of which can be appreciated only by those who have been blessed with the grace of Guru. That was the divine touch. Whatever may be the level and depth of the divine experiences, but the basis and origin was only one, Sadguru, a perfect master. Nachiketa was blessed with the divine experiences of the Lord by the benign grace of Yamacharya. The divine eye of Arjuna was opened by the great master Lord Krishna. After being blessed with the divine experiences, Saint Kabir surrendered totally at the feet of his Guru, Sri Ramananji. The inner being of Swami Vivekananda glowed with splendor and radiance when Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa opened the door of divinity for him. To Maharishi Aurobindo, this revered Guru, Sri Vishnu Bhaskar Lele, handed over the key to the portals of divinity. Thus, every divine experience originated from the kingdom of Guru. Only after Gyan Diksha from the perfect master could the inner journey begin. This apart, even after one's initiation, the momentum of divine experiences gets accelerated only with the grace of Guru. This incident refers to the life of Yogananda Paramahansa, which he has recorded in his book, The Autobiography of a Yogi. He writes, once it occurred to me that I must achieve the latent depth of meditation. In a corner of the ashram, I spread the asana and I commenced my meditation. However, the moment I sat, a fierce battle began to rage within me. But I struggled with the mind. Just then, my revered Gurudev called me, Mukund, Mukund. But the novice me did not move. I intensified my efforts and continued with meditation. My decision was firm and I reiterated it. Now, I must reach the pinnacle of the ultimate bliss. Gurudev summoned me again, but I still refused to listen to his voice. Just then, an arrow of brilliance in the form of revelation was shot at me. Are you engaged in meditation, Mukund? Until and unless the showers of your prayer and Guru's grace pour, how will you be able to control your mind? On listening to this revelation, I rushed to my Guru, Sri Yukteswarji Maharaj. Gurudev was smiling. He indicated to me to sit near him. When I sat, he touched my chest with his tender divine hand. With that touch, lo, I began to descend deep down into my inner world. I began to lose myself into the mass of light, which was boundless without the beginning or the end. My body was stiff, my consciousness, breaking the bonds of the body, was liberated, and it began to fly in the vast open sky. Myself lay scattered into atoms. There lay several directions in front of me. Each and every pore of my being was immersed in the spring of bliss. Nay, I, in fact, stood face to face with the ocean of bliss, which was shoreless. The entire cosmos was within me, and I stood merged in that cosmos. So, what does this mean? In every era, during every period, for every inquisitive individual, the door to divine experiences glowing in the inner world is only one, and that is Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev. It never goes in vain. A guilt feeling was taking its hold on an old man for wasting his entire life and not accomplishing anything worthwhile. Could he do anything in his remaining stay on the earth that could offer some sort of relief to the remorseful heart? But what? Could it be bhakti? Devotion? He was not sure. So he went to a saint and expressed his feelings. The saint answered beautifully, Bhakti definitely is the answer, although the benefits accrue are proportional to the age of a person. The proportion goes like this. If adopted right in the childhood, it is like the radiant, bright, rejuvenating rays of the morning sun. If a person takes its course during his middle age, bhakti soothes him like the warm sun rays in a chilly afternoon. And in the old age, bhakti is like the serene and tranquil moonlight at night. Hence, bhakti is always gainful. Adopted at whichever stage of life, it never goes in vain. To read more such articles, please subscribe to our monthly magazine, Akhand Gyan, available in 3 languages, Hindi, English, and Punjabi. You can subscribe to the magazine by clicking on the link mentioned in the description. बोलिए सतगुरु महाराज जी की जय, सच्चे दरबार की जय.